Hello YouTube, it's William. Welcome to another Whittle Talk. This subject, batoning, has come up again on many forums, and it comes up about once every few months. And I've addressed it on my channel several times. I've done videos on proper technique of batoning, and I've voiced my opinion on batoning. And I really personally don't see any reason whatsoever to baton anything over 2.5 inches. Personally, okay. And every once in a while you'll see a knife that's broke that shouldn't have broke. I've seen some BK2s that's broke because a BK2, in my opinion, is not a full tang knife. It has a hollow tang. You can see it around the handle, but it's not really a solid tang knife. Okay. So there's some instances where they broken there. Then there was a K-bar. This K-bar just broke. Well, I can't remember the name of it, but anyway, it's a big chopper that K-bar has. It's got the big sow belly and everything. It comes back to a narrow piece of steel right at the handle, and so there's been a couple of them that's broke there. So there's a lot of things, or a lot of factors you have to take into account when you start batoning a knife. Okay, you have to use the proper technique, and if you want to know what that is, then go back through my videos and you'll see what my opinion is on proper technique of batoning. You also have to select the right wood. I mean, select wood that has straight grain, that doesn't have a lot of knots in it. Don't overuse your knife. And when I say that, I mean look at the blade. Make sure the blade is heavy duty enough. Don't try to take a Moro with a 3/32 inch blade and try to baton with a log with it. I mean, just use some common sense with that. If you want to have a knife that batons, then get a pry bar, something that is really solid, full tang. It's a 1/4 inch steel or 3/16 steel, good quality steel from a quality maker. And when I say quality maker, that means a maker that has quality control. Whether it's a custom shop or if it's somebody that's been in the business long enough and has a good reputation. Somebody who knows what they're doing, and not hand it off to another country somewhere and expect them to have quality control, because most times they don't care. They'll sell us anything. Alright? Now with that said, all knives will break given the right circumstances. I don't care who makes them. I don't care what they're made out of. There's things that happen with the steel that you don't foresee. You don't know that steel is subpar. You can go through all kinds of tests, hardness test, flexibility test, quality control, whatever, and that blade is going to break. It's just law of averages. So, me personally, I would not use my knife to baton in a survival situation, period. If that was the only tool that I had, I would not put that blade in jeopardy whatsoever. I would figure out another way of doing it. I would take and build myself some wedges or some other simple tool to get the task done that I need done. That's why we have brains, is to figure things out, not take the shortest path. Sometimes a longer path is more productive, and it saves your tools and your back and your fingers and your hands and your toes. Okay? Sometimes you need to take the long way around. Okay? So personally, like I said, I would never baton a knife in any survival situation, because that's the only tool that I have, and I may need that before I got out of there, and I would not put that tool in jeopardy. So that leaves out the point that I've heard so many times, that I want to make sure that my knife will baton in case I need it. To me, that's just nonsense, because when you need it, why would you want to put your tool in jeopardy by batoning? There's many ways to build a fire without having to baton wood. Okay? Learn those techniques besides batoning. Batoning is cool. It looks great. It's a macho man, yeah, my knife will baton, okay? But again, unless you're building a fireboard and you're only using 2.5-inch wood or something similar to that, there's no reason to put your knife in jeopardy. And if I was in a survival situation, I wouldn't even do it then, okay? But if you're in the backyard whittling on a stick and you want to make a fireboard, by all means, baton the fire out of it. Have a ball. But realize that things happen. Blades break. That doesn't mean that they're substandard. It means that you overuse that knife, okay? So, there are knives that are stronger than others. If you got a knife that, like I said before, if it's full tang, I mean solid full tang, and it's got some good quality steel, 1095, 01, A2, any of those crucible steels like that, and it's got some meat on it, like a 3/16 saber, you can probably get away with it. But now if you're in freezing temperatures and the temperature's down 40 below and you try to do that, it might snap the blade. That's the reason I say in certain circumstances all blades will break. Use common sense. Understand the knife. That's why I keep preaching, get out in your backyard, whittle on a stick. You got to learn your knife. You got to learn how that knife is used, the best way to use that knife, how not to use that knife is probably more important. So, in summary, my philosophy on batoning is that it is a fun thing to do. It's not a necessary thing to do. It is something that I would never do in a survival situation with my only tool, because to me that tool is more precious than anything else that's out there. Me trying to fashion a cutting tool in the wilds with just a rock is not fun, because I broke my blade trying to baton it through a piece of wood that I shouldn't have been. Okay? To me, that's just a no-brainer. But if you want to get in the backyard, baton a knife, have fun with it, beat on it because it's your knife, by all means, go after it. But understand, given the right circumstances, all blades will break. So when that blade breaks, or if that blade breaks, then what can I say? Alright, so I'm glad you guys got a chance to watch this, and I hope you can take it for what it's worth. I do want to say, this knife here, this is the Broke Bushman, and I've been wearing it as a neck knife. As you know, hey, it's not a bad neck knife for a full-size knife. I mean, it's got almost a 5-inch blade, or a 5-inch blade. Overall, with dimensions, you can look at the introduction video, but hey, it's not bad. I mean, it just hangs there happily, and it's there when I need it. I'm really thrilled with it as a neck knife, to be honest with you. Also, caps. I still have a few caps left and a few t-shirts left. I don't know if I gave you a close-up on the caps last time, but they're really cool. They have this barbed wire that separates, and you see how it goes around? It separates real tree camo from the solid color, and I have a black solid color, and this is a brown. Okay, still have caps, still have t-shirts. If you're interested, go to the t-shirt and cap video, and they'll tell you how to order those. Okay, this is monogram. This is not stenciled, so it's a little bit different than the t-shirts. The t-shirts is stenciled, but the caps are monogram. Okay. So with that said, you guys get out in the backyard, go whittle on a stick, baton the fire out of the knife in the backyard if you want to. Hey, it's your knife. You can beat on it as you want. But in a survival situation or in the woods, backwoods, and you may need that knife to get out, I wouldn't do it, but that's me. More than 9 times out of 10, I'm going to have an axe with me for that, so I'll use the axe. But if you do get in the backyard, whittle on a stick, baton a knife, or whatever you want to do, it makes you happy. Take a child with you, teach that child how to whittle on a stick, how to build a fire safely. And if you do, take plenty of Band-Aids and lots of knives. We'll catch you again soon.